Well, Britain is said to be considering a shake-up of international travel rules. Reports suggest the traffic light system could be scrapped. The change would allow travellers to visit and return without having to serve quarantine, as long as they've visited countries with similar vaccination levels as the UK. Laura Makin-Isherwood joins us now live from London. So, Laura, reports are suggesting that the changes could be implemented in the coming weeks.
Yeah, there's definitely speculation that the government could be reviewing the current regulations that are in place and perhaps bring in new ones when it reviews these as soon as October the 1st. So that's really not long to wait. It's important to stress that it is still speculation. The government hasn't confirmed anything yet, but there are reports that the travel industry and bosses within that sector have been asked to put forward proposals for an alternative system, because obviously there's been a lot of criticism from them that have said that the current arrangements in place are not allowing the travel sector and that industry to return to pre-pandemic levels. So it's thought that the current amber and green lists could be scrapped completely. Instead, passengers will be asked to prove that they are fully vaccinated, so 2 full doses of COVID-19 vaccine, and that they are travelling to a country with similar vaccination rates within it. Then when they return to the UK, they will be unlikely to have to quarantine, which will be music to the ears for a lot of people who are obviously trying to get away after a couple of years of lockdown and at least restrictions here on movement in the United Kingdom. The red list, though, could still remain in place. Those are countries that the government considers to be high risk and could potentially result in the sort of import of other COVID-19 infections that the government is really trying to avoid. And quarantine for those countries when UK residents or even visitors are returning from them would, it's thought, remain at 10 days in a government-approved hotel. The government, as I said, is not confirming anything just yet. They're simply saying that their priority is overwhelmingly to protect public health.
And Laura, while all of that's going on, COVID-19 booster jab campaign is also in the works.
Yeah, so this has been an idea that was floated earlier this year by ministers, saying that a 3rd dose of COVID-19 vaccine might be needed as we move into the winter months here in the United Kingdom. We know that the NHS, the National Health Service, has been prepping for the rollout of a booster jab session, if you like, for a while now. But we've been awaiting a decision from a group of scientists called the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation. They're meeting today to review data on whether a 3rd vaccine would be beneficial in preventing infections and protecting people from the most serious of illnesses. We're expecting guidance from them later on today on who might benefit from this, and indeed whether different brands of vaccine could be mixed and matched. But until we get that information, we don't know exactly who might receive this booster dose or even when. So all eyes are on that. And obviously, the priority for the government here is trying to prevent a surge in winter and protect, as seems to be the mantra for them throughout this pandemic, prevent overwhelming the National Health Service.
Oh, good to know. Thanks very much, Laura Makin-Isherwood there live from London.